Welcome to my channel and to my unboxing of my new laser I purchased, the Atomstack Atelier. I guess I'm saying that right, but I'm not French. Um, it was on sale on Amazon for $580. I've done some research on it, watched a few videos. Clack Shack said it was great, so I figured why not. Yes, I purchased it. I'm not big enough to have these companies send me free stuff to try. One day I hope. Doubtful. So let's get to the unboxing of it. I ordered it because I needed something that I could take to events, to personalize stuff that I've already made, or do small ready-made stuff or made-to-order projects on site. All right, book. I'm guessing that's the handle. I figured it would be, I've seen the little cheap leather handles, but I thought they might have changed it by now to something a little more sturdy. No matter. So far, very well packaged. Now, I like this. I mean, it's supposed to have a good camera. Excuse me, that's my phone. We'll throw that on silent real quick. But it's got the little card in there to set it up on Lightburn or their app. I will be showing using it, but probably not on their software. I'm been using Lightburn for years, and I'm kind of partial to it. As long as everything works like it's supposed to in Lightburn, I don't see any need for me to use anything else. That's pretty easy unboxing. Get that in frame for you. I have other cameras, but apparently my computer doesn't have a good enough graphics card to do what I wanted. And I've actually got another computer I was going to use strictly for videos, but I haven't got it set up yet. I've got it installed, I just haven't got the software nor the cameras on it. Get all this tape off. Alright, so the cover is double hinged and connected on one side. Let's see what else we got in here. Tools. It's like a little USB. It's either a key or a little USB dongle. Power cord. Silica gel. All in there. Little 3-inch duct and safety glasses. Tape and hose clamp. Alright, we got our USB cord. It back, make sure there's nothing else. That about does it. Pretty simple unboxing. Honestly, the whole machine weighs about as much as the box and foam packaging does. Let's see here. It's got a manual focus knob on it. Alright, so that in the package has to be the USB stick with the software and drivers, because there's a USB key already in the back. And I apologize if I'm out of frame. I'm looking over at my screen and it looks like the video's frozen, but it's still recording. So we're just going to deal with it. Alright. Let's get some power to it. See if she lights up. Got it set up on one of my assembly tables, so got to run power over to it. Looks like this is an emergency stop. Oh, there we go. All we get is a beep and a blue light, but it's on. Alright. Let me move the camera. You can see the little focusing dots in there, which I'm fine with manual focus. I don't know if I'm getting framed in for you, but it's our focusing dots. When the dots come together, you're supposed to be focused. So that would be focused to the bed. Alright, so let's go over to the computer and let's get this thing set up in Lightburn and try a few things. I guess it'd help if I plug it in so the computer can see it. Alright, let's get this thing set up. So first off, to use Lightburn, there was a Lightburn file that needed to be downloaded and imported into Lightburn. I did that off screen because it's complicated to find. The only reference was in the user manual, and it was a QR code. So I had to download it on my phone, email it to myself, because for some reason the address wouldn't work on the desktop. But here we go. Let's get this set up. Don't need the material library up here. Well, let's see how easy it's going to be to set up the camera. We'll move you down. Laser tool. You know, I've tried to use cameras before, but it didn't really help me out a lot. But, you know, most of mine are gantry style. I have 2 diode lasers and 1 CO2 K40. Camera control, that's what I want. Alright. Calibrate camera. So it's been a while since I've messed with the camera. I had to set up the camera off screen. Again, it goes back to my graphics card and my little desktop. I couldn't use cameras on my recording as well as on Lightburn at the same time. So I couldn't calibrate the cameras. And I still had the problem that I can't record my screen and use the camera in Lightburn either. So I have it up there in the corner from the camera out of the laser. So let's try and see if we can engrave something. I also had to move everything over closer to my computer. I thought the long USB cord was an issue, but no, it's everything else. All right. So let's go with just a little bit of craft. This is, I believe it's 1/8 inch basswood. And we'll move you over here. Let's go with something easy. We'll do a line and then we'll leave it alone and then we'll fill it. See what we get. Let's frame. We should see a little blue light up there, and we do. So let's just try stuff. I haven't really done any research on settings or anything, so we'll see just what it comes out as. We'll go 50% power and see what that does. Doesn't do much. Let's back it down to 100. Alright, so looks like it's a little lighter at the bottom than it is at the top. So I might be just trying to do something a little too big. Yeah. Let's try that again. Let's make it a little smaller. Which that was a, almost 4-inch. Let's do that. Keep the same 100 and 100. Let's slow it down. This is a line. Keep in mind, I'm used to playing with a 36 watt, and dropping down to a 12 watt is a little bit of a game, a little bit of a change in it. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like field. Now, I do like that when the fan doesn't run until the laser starts. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that is a nice little plus to it. So you're not hearing the fan run all the time. But still, you know, that's what, a little under 2 minutes to do that. Actually, not too bad at all. It's an awful deep engrave on it though. I should have sped it up on feel. That's pretty cool. Just watching this. I wonder what my big diode would have done. Let's see here. What was that time frame? Yeah, minute 49. So if I would have went to my 35 watt with the same settings, it would have been 2 minutes 37 seconds, just because of the gantry style. That's pretty cool. Also, the door has, if you open the door with it running, let's see if I can give you a better look at that. It's got pretty good depth to it. I mean, if I was going any slower, I probably would have burnt right through it. Oh, let's try something else. We got a little acrylic ornament, black acrylic. So let's see, what do we want to put on it? Let's put you a little more center here. Let's go with this. So feel, we'll do that and 75. Yeah. I'm not worried about getting it center or anything. We're just testing. Well, you can see it for sure. Let's do this. Let's bump the speed up. See what kind of changes we get out of it. Not a whole lot of change. And let's lower the power on it. Lower the power a little more. Up the speed a little bit. I know I could do grid tests on all this, but for the sake of time, and I'm doing this, you know, all at once. You know, if I were to record it and cut it in the video and speed it up, would be one thing, but I'm just doing this at real time. And let's go a little faster, and we'll bring the speed up again, just to see what kind of variations we get out of it. Then we can look at the finished product and you'll be able to see the difference. If you look, we're going to end about 1 minute and 15 seconds faster than we should have. That's close. 1 minute and 10 seconds. All right. You know, I see very little change in all the speed settings that we did. The biggest difference you can see when I changed the power level and went down, you get a more white frosting, but you have to turn it sideways to even see that. See right there where the top of it's a little bit wider than the bottom. You turn it to the side. But still, I mean, I'd say if I did the full thing at the right settings, we're looking maybe 4 to 5 minutes, which ain't bad putting a custom something on acrylic if you're at an event. I mean, that's not horrible. Huh. I wonder though. Let me get some blocks real quick. Oh, we can use these. And change our focus. There, that's good enough. Let's turn this to line speed. Let's go 10 at 90%. Let's see what we get. Let's do 3 passes. Yeah, that dropped right out at the end of the 3rd pass. So yeah, if you were going to cut little earrings or something, I wonder how small a design we can cut. I mean, it's a 10 or 12 watts. I mean, it's got a fairly small dot size. Let's see. What do we want to try? Let's do something simple. Let's do a heart. Let's do a little bitty heart. There we go. It's hanging on by just a little bit, but it fell right out. And that took what, like 10 seconds, if even? Not bad. So the one thing that I'm really interested in is I do a lot of Norton white tile. And I really want to know how well it can do tile. Especially come Christmas season at a show, because you know these right here, I mean that's what those are, ceramic Christmas ornaments, and I do a lot of photoed ornaments on those at Christmas time. And to be able to do that at a show would be amazing. But I guess it would all comes down to time. So let's, what are we gonna do? Let's import. And we'll do something with my daughter. This has already been set up to laser engrave on tile. So we're going to cheat. And we're just going to do this. Let's just get her. That would be my oldest, Josie. She is 5 now. Crop it out. So now we just have her little face. Let's take you off. Let's go right there. Now, I do a lot of these on my CO2, which is a K40 40 watt. And on it, I run 60 and 60 for most of my, depending on the darkness level of the picture. So let's see what those settings would do. What does that say? 2 minutes 40 seconds? Alright, that ain't bad. Let's see how that comes up. Looks like that's going to be a little dark. I don't know. Yeah, we might be able to go a little faster than that, which would be great. I mean, if I could do 4x4 tiles on this at a craft show, now I say that you got to be cautious in all the stuff you want to try to do, especially at a show. Because if I had, you know, if I can do a 4x4, but it takes 30 minutes to do one with this machine, it's really not feasible. Because if I could do, 5 keychains in the same amount of time, which one's netting more, and have taking care of more customers that way. But as cheap as these are, it wouldn't be out of the question to have multiple, or just make enough money and get a bigger one. I'm kind of interested in the We Create Ultra that's coming out too. I would like to have a fiber laser. See, if y'all would subscribe, they might send me one day to try out. All right, looks like we've run 4 seconds over the estimated. So let's scoot that over, frame it out, and let's bump that up to 180 and see what happens. Again, the best thing to do would have been a test grid, but that would have took forever, and we're already 23 minutes into this segment. Now, just keep in mind, other than the camera alignment, you're seeing the first things that I've done with this laser. So, how big are those? No, my screen went away. Something happened. No signal. Probably. So they're 3 inches. Probably unplugged my screens. I did. You plug them back in. You know, I should probably invest in a bigger shop before all this other stuff. You know, I kind of like that faster one. Let me clean these up real quick. Could y'all see that real well? We got more detail in the faster. Let me see if it washes away. Yeah, we lost a little bit on the faster one, but if we increase power, probably might be able to save some of that. So not too shabby. I mean, we're gonna have to dial in settings, and we'll work on that. But I just wanted to give everybody a sneak peek on my new toy. I have a event to go to next Saturday, the 25th, I believe it is, 25th. So I'll have it pretty well learned and what I can and can't do with it by then, and how much time things are going to take. So a few things that I've noticed on the one thing I really love, this plate, there is no slop in it. I mean, that sucker is tight, and it clips in, and you can use the bottom as a pass through, basically. It also came with a few angle clamps for alignment, and the screws and tools for it as well. Now, if you get one of these and you're like me and don't read the instructions, there is a screw on the bottom of that lever, that clip, that you have to take out before you can remove the bed. So the last thing I'm going to do, I have a clock that I'm making for the show, and I haven't put my logo on it yet. So we're going to do that with this and test how it does without the base makes it easy for alignment, except for center. Just align it down to the bottom. We'll get it focused in. Shut the lid this time. Let's get rid of Josie over here. So feel. Y'all should already know this one. This is my Facebook if you want to follow me over there. Alright, so what are we going to guess on? Well, we got pretty good results with the wood. Good depth. That was a little cheap plywood. Let's see what this does. We can always run it again. How long is this going to take? 5 minutes. Let's make that faster. Field groups together. Okay. Ungroup that. Check that. 3 minutes, even better. And that's 100 speed, 100 power. Start. Right off the bat, it's got pretty good depth. Doesn't look like it's very dark, which might make it hard to scan. But the beauty of this thing that you don't get on your traditional diode gantry styles is you're far enough from the nozzle that you don't get a whole lot of char, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the sap and stuff from your hardwoods caking up on the end of your nozzle on your where your beam's coming out. Downfall is you don't have a nozzle up close to have air assist to do better cuts. Now the question I'm really asking myself right now is this, did I do this upside down? I don't remember looking at the front before I turned it up to do the back. I don't know. Looks like it's got some good color to it looking at the screen. But trying to look through that orange cover, it's a little difficult. Well, while this is finishing up, let me know what you think. If there's anything you'd like me to try, I'm more than willing to experiment. Because trust me, if you thought of it, I probably have too and want to try it. And I'll let y'all know how well it goes at my first event. So we got 30 seconds left. Now this would have took about 7 minutes on my gantry. Well, 6 to 7 minutes. Same settings. I mean, that looks like it doesn't even need any kind of cleanup. Well, maybe a little bit. No. Let's see. Yeah, it is a little light, but it does have good depth. I mean, and it's crisp. But the important question is, will it scan? Because if it doesn't scan, it's pointless. So let's see. Look at there. It works. All right, y'all have a good one. Like I said, want me to try something, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe, and thank you for your time. Y'all have a good day.